course I saw that. All right, here we
Good
have
Morgan.
here we have
Tim,
Tim.
Hey,
Now,
what's up?
It was up. Tim, hold on one second. Chris, now
Yeah.
do me a favor. Pronounce Tim's last name, please. Would you?
Call me.
You on my show? You had to know how to call the names. What's his last name?
My last name is Budesheim.
No.
No.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Chris.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Oh, I can say his name.
Say it.
Budesheim.
Hey, sehr gut.
There's an attempt.
Very good. Hey,
Okay.
Stu, what's up, man?
How you doing, man? Are you in California yet?
Yeah, you're here?
Yeah, I'm down in San Diego for the week.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
we
so
go to the gym in San Diego, in the gym.
Yeah, dude, if you get a chance, you should come down here. I don't know if you're up in LA right now, but it's worth the drive.
In
Yeah,
which
it's
gym
like-
do you train here?
What's that?
In which gym do you train here in San Diego?
At TG, the gym.
RTG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can say hi to Chris and give him
is
shit.
that Chris? Is that where you train out of?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Tim, where are you in Los Angeles now, or where are you staying?
What's
Yeah, I'm engineer from the Gold's Gym.
Okay,
But,
so you're out Marina Del Rey or Venice Beach or
Yeah. But I was shocked yesterday.
huh?
I was so shocked yesterday. I was the first time in the Gold's Gym at 2014 or 13. And the last time I was here in 2019. And since the Gold's Gym, Venice Beach, is the shadow itself.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even close to what it used to be. Milos, when was the last time you went to Goals?
Yeah, probably 5 years ago. I was training with the Ben Pekulski. I've seen Dexter at the time, and it was still decent, but I can sense that. Look, Chris was there all the time. Dennis, I don't know how many times you've been there, but you were there many. I've been maybe 10 times in my life in that gym.
really?
Yeah.
So you never really trained there at all?
No, I never wanted it, you know.
Hey, where did you train out of back in the 90s then, when you were in California?
I was in San Diego, actually, the one that you were training in.
The gym is where he was.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Rick Stevenson gym, yeah. And
Yeah.
you know,
But it
we
used to be
actually
World's Gym,
Oh,
though.
Rick.
there
It
was
was, it was World back then.
clothes, everything. He changed it. It's a wonderful gym. I love it. You know?
So those are whoever owns the one in San Diego is also the one who owns the one in
No,
Chandler.
different owners. Different
Yeah,
owners.
I think they just franchised it. There's TG locations all over the damn place now.
Okay, yeah.
Rick
I
and
thought-
Brad owns the one in
He's just
the gym.
he's just going everywhere. Awesome. Listen, guys, we have something to talk about, man. I mean, we had probably, I would say, the best New York pro in the last 5-6 years.
Easily.
You guys agree?
At least.
It was a very good lineup, you know, and I know you guys were in the show, so we're going to talk about you too. But let's just go through the show real quick because we saw it from the screen. You guys stand on stage, so you don't see what we see. And Chris was right in front of stage, I guess.
To the left. I'm
Where
running
he wants.
Okay.
I'm running back and forth. I was front and left, and it's a different show, as you know, from 12 feet back from the
Yeah.
judges panel. It's a different show for different people.
Yeah. So let's go in right away. I mean, let's go in with Nick Walker. I mean, did we expect Nick Walker to look the way he looked? Yes. We all expected him to come in and you know, not even close to look like he did in Pittsburgh. But I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. Then I'm asking Milos and Chris, and then I'm gonna ask you two, of course. My opinion was when Nick came out, he just looked dominant. Standing there relaxed. I never believed that he could look this dominant in a relaxed pose, front relaxed pose. All the muscle on top of muscle from the abs, everything was there. I don't think he was harder than Martin, but he was just more, I don't know, more dominant when it comes to muscle. So I had him clearly winning prejudging. I didn't know it was that close because these things you don't see on the stream, you know. And I remember I was texting with Chris at one point, and I was like, you said, yeah, Martin looks great. I didn't see all this until pictures. And I think Martin also looked better at prejudging. I mean, at finals. Is that right?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah. I think he looked better in the finals, and I thought it was close in the finals. But my overall for Nick it was a very good Nick. I think it was his best combination. It wasn't his best condition. I think his best condition was the Arnold last year, I think it was. I think that was his best condition. But I think because we all said he was too small, he maybe a little too flat, I think that was for him the perfect package. I think that's as good as it gets. Now, how is he going to fare at the Olympia with some of these guys? We can talk about this later. But Milos, what did you see? Oh, my standout guy that stood out to me that I didn't even know who he was, never seen him before in my life, was that guy from Poland.
Christian Wolski, yeah.
Because I expected Beef Stew to look like he did. I expected Tim to be at his best. Yeah. I never even heard of this guy.
Yeah.
And in the first, when he came out in groups, he was in the group standing literally next to Nick Walker. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Beautiful shape, big, tall, conditioned. He made Nick, he was better conditioned than Nick, and I saw that right away. For real.
You go a little bit overboard. That is.
You have any video?
What do you think I'm going overboard?
Crazy? Better conditioned than Nick.
You have any video?
It was close.
I think Nick was great, but it wasn't Nick's best condition. This guy looked like he was better conditioned. Just like Martin, when you really look at him, especially from the back, I think Martin was better conditioned.
So let me refresh your guys' memory. When we start doing predictions, I did say top three was Nick is going to win, hands down. Yeah. And then it's going to be Martin and Beef Stew, and then Tonio, and then Quinton. That was from the very beginning. Nick, we all know Nick overwhelms. You said like he was surprised when he stand in a lineup and he was dominant. When he won Arnold Classic first time and only time, he made him a believer. When he stood in that lineup, it was Nick and everybody else. He was so dominant. Yeah, he doesn't have a small waist, but he had those chiseled abs. Legs were flaring enough. Of course, we're going to talk about these details. And just shoulders, like standing relaxed. He was much bigger than everybody else. Once they start posing, there are some poses that people can catch him. But the first impression, everybody's there like, oh, Nick is winning this. I didn't see 1 point difference, and we'll discuss that. For me, there was really a battle was going to be Martin, Beef Stew, and Tonio. Tonio being smaller, we like his shape, so I think per square inch, pound for pound, the real bodybuilders that, is going to be Beef Stew and Martin is going to out-muscle shapely Dexter Jackson lookalike Tonio. Tonio was in good condition, but not in Tonio's condition. His hamstring glutes were softer. And that's, I'm going to still say that back double biceps, him against Martin, the back portion, Tonio would win, but the pose, it would go to Martin because hamstring glutes, so complete picture. Okay, so very dominant Nick. I don't think there was flip a coin. It could go either way. I still think that on a basis of conditioning, size, thickness, wow factor.
Milos, why do you think the judges had a problem?
Okay. I like it. Listen, I've been talking constantly all the aspects of judging, shape, hashtag bodybuilding, the proportions. I'm the guy talking about it, but I'm the guy that realized that Chris Cormier, Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, Sean Ray could not beat Jay Cutler. When Jay Cutler, so much mass comes there, he would beat the guys that we prefer their shape.
Okay, so you didn't answer my question, though. My question is, what we saw, how come the judges didn't see it that way?
Oh, judges saw it. Listen, judges still gave it to Nick, obviously.
I know, but it was a 1-point decision,
It is a
prejudging
point.
and finals.
Which makes you think. Now, what that means, the single judge flipping the coin, Martin was going to be a winner. Single judge, right? And this makes it super interesting. So qualified professional IBB judges, top caliber on that New York, they saw, oh, there is a flip a coin. Maybe there was a poses and overall impression that Martin had over Nick. So that's concerning for Nick. Okay. Now, when we talk about Nick's in condition, everything, I think his legs a little bit down, and waist control was not perfect. It was much better than Pittsburgh. Of course, Pittsburgh doesn't count. But just in general, he has a flat, deep abs. He doesn't have a bubbly gut, but he lets it go out. And it's very visible. So he has to.
What's up with you?
I don't know what's happening. I'm celebrating. I mean, shit. I guess I shouldn't be using my hand.
Stop giving yourself thumbs up, man. You got all kind of shit going on in your screen.
All right, I'll sit on my hands. So anyway, Martin was complete. I think Martin was exploding full. Okay, not just full. He was greatly conditioned, but he did carb up so much that he blunt some separation. It worked for his upper body, for crazy chest, shoulders, most muscular shit. Oh, that was, oh my God. But when you look legs, Nick's legs were sharper. I'm going to say this again, because Martin has a better legs. And when he locks it, he can have cross-striated quads, which loves it. Yeah. But I challenge you, take any of those pictures and see them standing next to each other. Nick's legs beat him.
Yeah. Again, we were cheerleading from looking at the stream. Now, I'm going to ask you, Tim, and I'm going to ask you, Beef Stew, I said, was Nick hard? Was he harder than Martin?
He wasn't harder than Martin, no. Particularly from the back, from the waist up. Nick has like crazy glutes and hams from behind, and they're huge and they take up a ton of space. But like he doesn't really have a lot of detail or separation, and the skin doesn't even look. The skin doesn't look as thin on his like actual back, as compared to like Martin or some of the other guys in that lineup. It's big enough that it kind of makes up for it, but I'd say that overall Martin was a little harder.
Yeah. So, and I also think that this wasn't his best condition, but I think it was his best overall package.
Yeah, maybe if he keeps pulling from there, it's like shit falls apart. I don't think anything fell apart at that 23 Arnold. I think he looked really good there. I don't even think he was flat. He just kind of lost a little of that holy shit freak factor that we expect from him.
That's what you need. When you don't have the best shape, that's what you need.
You do, yeah. So maybe he can't get away with, over dieting or like pushing down that deep, unless he's got like just tons of extra tissue to give up when you get to that point and like you need to dig. So, but he looked. I don't think he looked over dieted at all this year.
No, this year he wasn't. Tim, what did you think?
I think Nick is a phenomenon like Rudy Winkler. When you're staying behind him, close from him, and looks like you think he's not in shape. He's very, very soft. And when he flexing on stage, and you see it in the front of stage, I am turned from the backstage to the front, and because I would like to look Nick how he's seeing at the stage, and then when he flexed on stage, you can see he's hard. When he's staying backstage, you think, oh, okay, Nick is very, very soft, but when he flexed, everything is hard.
You can even
the
see
condition.
face,
The condition was what
need.
I think. This condition this week was not his best condition.
Yeah, I know. And everybody agrees that it wasn't his best condition, but the combination of
yeah,
was I think was his best. For me, it was the best. And I'm just looking at the screen. That's why Chris Cormier, the real deal. You were there. Tell us, what did you see, my man?
I saw. I agree with you, Dennis. A better package. I think at the Arnold that we're discussing, he lost some of that intermuscular fat, like in between the muscles, that makes that muscle keep the full shape. And I think that was a better job doing that, keeping the intermuscular fat and the size of the shape of the muscle here in New York. I would say Martin showed some parts of his body was a little bit drier than Nick's, but got overpowered. And I think the fullness that you saw in Martin, the arms and the chest showed it up full. I mean, he was he was pretty dry. I spoke to him in the lobby at the Marriott there, and he was like a day out from the show, and he was still saying he was going to push another 1,000 calories.
Carbs.
And carbs, I'm sorry. 1,000 carbs. And I was like, damn, I was like, does he really need that, you know? I didn't really, you know, at that point, I thought he didn't, maybe, I don't know. I just thought that was going to be pushing it. Maybe they had a different plan with the, you know, drying out and everything. But I was like, damn, he's still another 1,000 grams of carbs. I was like, shit, that's going to be a lot.
I'll speak for us white guys out there. Like, when you're really lean like he is, like, you can push food really hard as long as your water is like either reduced or cut off. Like, you're not really going to spill as long as there's no extra water coming in. Mm-hmm. So like a guy like him who has a fast metabolism and he's shredded, like there's no body fat on him. Like he didn't look spilled at all. I think Milos made a good point. Maybe he was so full that he kind of lost some separation, you know, in striations, which can happen when you're like crazy full. But again, you know, you're going against Nick. This guy is probably got 15 pounds on him at least. I think Martin was like 240. Nick said he was like 257, you know? So, but that fullness allowed him to stand next to Nick and not be outsized by all that much, you know? The structure helps him with that, and like the crazy fullness he had helped with that.
I think that was
so I was looking.
Straight plan from Martin to come in as full as possible. He had to, because it put him exactly in the position where he said he's going to be. A lot of people didn't think he was going to be able to stand next to you guys, size-wise, but he did look like he looked up to par, and he had at least one judge, you know, had him in first, which is huge, because we have to look at Nick as the top three Mr. Olympia.
How many judges were there?
But listen,
how many judges?
But like I said, the show, you could tell at different angles and different feet away from the stage, it was different shows. You know, like I looked at some of the photos, it looked like Martin was a little top heavy as compared to his legs, and I guess, you know, trying to match more mass up top with Nick, and then I saw Nick. I thought from my angle on the left side of the stage that he might have lost that side tricep shot. But then in the middle shots that I saw, I would have picked, I would have changed my mind on that and thinking, no, he didn't win that shot. And then, you know, I just picked more shots for Nick that won than not, you know, way more.
Hey, we didn't discuss this before, but I'm going to make some point. Can you judge really aesthetics on the side poses? Okay, so keep this in mind. Nick, from aesthetic standpoint, okay, from the front, turning to the side. You're seeing a side chest and side triceps. Is this aesthetic component really, you know, favored over brutal size, mass, you know, muscularity?
Everybody has some kind of aesthetic inside poses. You can't really say somebody has bad shape.
So how much more aesthetic can your full shoulder B and pulled in here. Like, how aesthetic can you look? It's size.
Depending on how you execute the pose. I mean, you can have great aesthetics and you fuck up the pose, you're gonna look like trash.
Yeah.
And
Chris and I argued about this last night.
I didn't touch that subject, but okay, let me ask Beeps too, because he is a thinker. Do you know what I mean by turning
What are we? What are we?
You're a stubborn old man that, you know,
You're a Jew.
when you turn to the side,
We the idiot.
aesthetics goes down and size, brutal mass goes up. Which I'm saying is Martin looks great in both of those poses, but Nick out-muscled him.
Yeah,
okay?
the whole show.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
this
only
is
the
good.
side pose, but
So
not
those
only
two
the-
poses are gone. Then turn to the back. Okay, back is similar. You don't have as much aesthetics projecting from the back poses than from the front. Okay, and here is again brutal mass. Nick sticks this leg out and the hamstring glutes. Okay, lower body looks impressive, and then the crazy biceps, and he looks great. I don't think that Nick has a crazy back if you just isolate the back in the back double biceps, but the whole picture, boom. I agree that Martin brought the back double biceps to another level, but his hamstring glutes, you know, could have possibly take that pose over from Tonio and maybe from Beeps too.
Are you gonna eat some cheese now and apologize to Martin for saying he's gonna lose the
Hold on. Okay, Martin beat Tonio in back double biceps pose on the merits of a lower body. I still think that upper body.
I won the back double biceps because my earlobe is smaller than the other guy. Come on, man.
Say again? If Tonio would had a hamstring glutes to match, he would beat him. It's a look at. I send you guys pictures. You can pull out the videos.
I'm gonna get pictures all night.
It's on our chat. But anyway, okay. I don't want to take over the whole thing. So I want to talk about Beeps too, because he's quiet. I really thought, and
I'm listening to you.
No, I'm the only one that put him in top 3. You guys didn't. So shut the fuck up.
Where did he play?
But
Where did he play?
Beef
Milan.
said
Fourth.
Where did he? Okay, so what's wrong with putting him in 4th?
Listen, this is brown nosing moment. I said, like, I saw you third.
Because now you're shitting on me because I was right.
You had the worst prediction of all of us. You know, come
Are
on.
you full of shit?
So hey, Beef Stew could have very easily be top 3, very easily, right?
Right.
Yeah. So he's gonna now fight for a title, of course, right here, with the same guy that just beat him.
Both gonna fight for a title.
He's gonna.
And too, yeah. But I'm going step by step. I'm gonna go for Tim. Is this okay now? Budesheim or Budesheim?
Budesheim. The first one.
S.
Budesheim.
Budesheim. One word. Budesheim. Be Budesheim.
Because
Budesheim.
Name. Okay. So, Stuart, were you happy with your condition, and do you think that the way you look, you could have maybe contest for, you know, second, third place easily?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I was really happy with how I looked. My condition was a lot better than last year. I was just leaner, period. It wasn't like a peaking thing. I was just leaner. But I think maybe I didn't pump up enough, particularly like my back and my arms and some of my poses, like before I got on stage. So like from the back, I didn't have the same pop that I should have. But yeah, I'm happy. I think, you know, the scorecards don't show it this way, but I think just from talking to people and looking at pictures myself, like people were saying I was pretty close with Tonio. So it'll be a good rematch this weekend. Nice. I mean, he's consistently beat me 3 times now. So they clearly like something in his physique over mine. And I reached out to Tyler. I don't know if he's going to see my message, but I asked him, you know, for feedback, you know, where I got beat, what I can do for this weekend. I'd love your opinion on it too. I mean,
I'll tell you, and I'm going to also touch the subject because I analyzed both of yours, Tim's and yours posing routines as well. I did. I mean, I wish that Dennis is like sophisticated. He can play the video, so now we can all watch the video.
Why are you not sophisticated? You can play
I don't remember being called Menace podcast.
No, I don't know. I don't think we have the other computer hooked up this time. So we can't really
anyway, but you guys heard me a million times, and Chris as well. I'm going to tell you.
But we will have it in. We will have it in the podcast. Don't worry.
Listen, abs. For me, the most important thing is, and on both of your videos, if I play it and I can stop it a couple of times, you both guys lost it. Okay. Breathing has to be to perfection. Tim, you created more illusion of a V-taper, which we were commenting. You are just brutal, like every bodybuilder is bodybuilder. You have so much quality, hardness, size, beautiful. You needed creation of a little bit V-taper for aesthetic illusion. But what is most aesthetic muscle? Right there, center of the body. You have to show that. There's no breathing and moving the abs. No. This has to be in check all the time. And you know, okay, I'm going to turn here. I'm going to cover it. Okay, who cares? Then I'm going to open it. When I open it, everything has to be perfect. But many people lose that one moment. And Stuart, you did too a few times. I've seen like your ab shot is perfect. Ab shot that you post on Instagram. Holy shit, look at these abs. So the way I look at it, cut out these abs right now and put in every frontal pose, any side pose. Side triceps, abs can make side triceps look freaky. Because if you try to lose your shoulders and arms and chest, how are you going to lose it? Try to hide it. You can't. But this is, stomach makes that pose that flows perfectly. And now, oh, holy shit. Now that crazy arm and shoulder striations of Tim Budesheim, right? And chest striation and a leg. Now it completes the picture. And that's okay. Now you're winning the pose that you lost because like Phil Heath was losing his stomach against Sean. He won majority of the poses. He lost as a general consensus. Okay, he lost it there. He lost it there. I see both of you guys losing the abs a little bit. Not crazy, but just enough to have a, okay, they're not going to be considered top 3. Okay? This is how I see it.
Can I jump in here? Because, like, Tonio had some noticeable lower ab distension as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
unless they're just
right.
Like, that's not really between the two.
And I know it's a work.
I could have controlled my midsection a little better in certain poses. I think I did a good job on the side tricep, but in my crab most muscular, it was like I needed to like suck it in more. But I mean, Tonio had the same issue.
Yes, yeah.
In the lower by the belly button is where he's losing it. And Tonio, like I spoke about this before when I was critiquing him in those 3/4 shots. You cannot afford to lose that because that's going to make the whole shot and make the whole thing look how it's supposed to look. And I was telling you yesterday, Stu, like that's such an important body part, and you got to have it matching or at least standing out just as strong as your chest and your shoulders. Got to be, that's the core of bodybuilding. It starts and finishes with the abs. Mark my words on that.
Okay, I'll start training them. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah, man, I was really impressed. I was really disappointed. I was disappointed in you, Stu. You shot.
Get in line, man.
Chris, I know you told it me in 2022 in Chicago. You need deeper abs, and I have consecrated. The last few years I was so concentrated on my back, my lats. It was my thickest weakness, and right now, some guys after this show told me you need deeper abs, and it's my next construction for the next few months to create deeper abs. I'm sometimes a little bit nervous about to train too much my abs because I have not the best waist, and
That's not going to do that. You
it's
need
dangerous that you lose your middle. You know.
Yeah, but the only thing that's going to mess it up if you do TikToks. These motherfuckers right here will fuck you up. You will don't want to do that. I did that when I was younger, and it never was the same after. It was like shaking, and I was in shape. It was like just I had a TikTok contest with somebody. I forgot. But anyway, don't do that. You know, twist is great. Working the lower abs with the frog kicks, you know, on a bench is great. Crunches is great. Three sets of 15 on those 3 exercises. That's all I ever ask any people that I work with, and it's great. You know, I even learned from my co-host Milo Sasha, you know, getting the cable coming across. Remember you showed me that, Milos?
Yeah. It's
that was
also something I wouldn't advise someone who has a wider waist.
Milos, what can you recommend? How often a week, and how much sets, and what do you do?
Every workout you came every single day before you start training, you do 3 supersets of hanging leg raises and the cable crunches. And cable crunch is basically just like you're doing the ab pose. So you shut everything off, nothing exists, just abs, stretching, stretching, pulling, stretching, pulling. You want to create that gap in between. Same thing when you're doing a hanging leg lifts. You don't want to pull from hip flexors. You want to feel that stretch of the abs and pulling. So you basically, if you can look at it in the mirror, you look to have that deep, deep gap. Okay? And this is the only muscle that we don't push out. This is the muscle that we squeeze in. So the whole concept, even when you're training, you don't want to train and squeeze muscle out. No, you want to squeeze muscle in. Okay? In.
Breathing.
So, therefore, you don't worry about width. And I know I have to talk fast just to get the point. So when you go home and you look at this, right? And same for Stuart. Analyze. You be your judge and analyze. You were losing the stomach here many times, okay? And that just when you imagine, okay, if that stomach was glued to the spine, intercostals are there, and then depth here, then your chest and shoulders.
And improve all of that, everything.
Holy shit, improvement. And I'm going to tell you, I watch my old videotapes, and I see so many fuck-ups I did. You know, oh, shit, I could have done it better. But inspect what you expect. You guys are going to be on the stage in 3-4 days, right? When you're on the stage, there's no mistakes. You have to know when you inhale, when you exhale. If you're inhaling from the stomach or stomach is tight, and you can hold a conversation and breathe from chest or from the back and not moving the abs. You should practice this.
It's the beach walk. Go out on the beach and walk around your shirt.
No, don't do that, Tim. You'll get sunburned.
All right, so now you guys know what's trash. Now let me tell you guys how great you all looked.
I like that better than Milos.
Hard off the podcast.
It's always difficult to judge me at the stream because I'm an athlete. When you see me in real life, I look even better than the stream.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
Photos. It's
hold on.
Off season and photo shoots, and also every people told me some guys, some athletes, it's was heißt andersrum? It's
other way around.
Other way around, yeah. Some guys
Him,
like
him.
like Regan. When you see Regan at photos, he looks fantastic on photos.
Beautiful.
And when you
That's
see in
right.
real life, you think, okay, he's not 100% on shape.
You could use me as an example. I wouldn't be mad at you. That's okay. But listen. Even though I see you in the stream, I see you on the stream all the time, and I can see you get better. I thought this was your absolute best.
Yes, yeah, I like it.
Tim,
That
the
was
last time
the
you competed was
absolute-
Tampa, right? In 22?
Yes, he was in Tampa too. Yeah,
Yeah, you're completely different bodybuilder from then.
I saw him. Matter of fact, last year I had him as a guest poser in Frankfurt.
But in Tampa was my biggest problem. What we say a few minutes ago to about Martin, and I in Tampa, I have do a lot of carb up, and my body is didn't need that. I didn't need too much carbs. I was so good in shape 5 days out from Tampa. I trained with Nick, and Nick told me, hey, "Holy shit, you really 100% in top 3." And I was very, very good in shape. And then I start my carb up, and it was too much carb 3 days for 1,000 carbs, and my body is wie ein Schwamm. Saugt das auf.
Yeah, he started holding water everywhere. But Milos,
Yeah.
that was the picture that you saw with him and Nick
Yeah.
when he's in better shape than Nick. Yeah, that was from that
It's
time.
like way
And here's
better.
but let me finish what I'm trying to say. So this was your absolute best, not because you're conditioned, but because you had the size now. Your back is totally transformed from 2-3 years ago to now, which was your total repart. Now your back actually looks great. And beef stew, same for you. I think that was your best. And, you know,
Tim's body looked like perfectly peaked. He was really full, and he was still striated everywhere and very dry. Like you nailed that look this
Yeah.
week. Really good.
and the good thing with him is he can go show, and he's getting better and better. He's not one of them guys that, hopefully not this time, he's not one of them guys that go to other shows and they come in worse. He gets better with shows.
Yeah.
Okay? So I expect him
Even.
to be better in California. But Stu, getting to you, I thought that was your best package. You know, you changed a lot from last year. You got bigger. You're back. The only thing that I saw was, for me, that kind of your tan.
Yeah. Okay. So people have been talking about this. I got sprayed by liquid sun rays. So everyone else was wearing Protan, and I got liquid sun rays done. So the color was different from everyone else's, but my tan actually looked way better in person. Like it wasn't blotchy. I didn't sweat at all.
Maybe a little bit
It was
darker,
just
though.
a different color, and everyone else's was just running like crazy.
Uh,
Wow, Protan Wars. Hey, well, let me tell you this. I was gonna say, on the couch and watching the show and there in person, I just think it's way different of a show, and hard to even give a good analysis from the couch.
yeah, but I think the stream was great. I think the lighting was great. It looked good at the stream. Man, I compare this with other streams where you can't really see. I mean, you look at people, it's like they're all off.
Yeah.
And everybody looked in shape.
Yeah, I was being there, the crowd was electric though. I love that New York crowd, man. And it was Nick had them going though, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Hometown boy. Yeah.
Nick had them going, man.
I got a question for you. Like, so I'm partnered up with Liquid Sunrise now. They're going to be spraying me for all my shows because the tan looks really good on my skin. Like, it's significantly better than Pro-Tan for me.
Do you like it when you see pictures and videos?
What's that?
You like the tan in the pictures and in the videos?
Yeah, I think it looked very even and good.
I know.
I mean, that's the difference, right?
Yeah, from last year to this year.
Yeah.
I mean, my color's darker. It's more even. Last year, by the time I got off stage at prejudging, I had
your middle is better. Your
What?
abs, your middle is better. Your breathing control, you can better breathe in this year.
Yeah, I got a little deeper backing this year.
Yeah. I
So,
But
saw
like, so if you guys are more experienced than me, and you guys probably used to do your own tans, right? So
oh, yeah,
like,
we gotta remember the time where we trained ourselves. Yeah.
yeah. So like, if I'm just a different color than everyone else because I'm wearing a different product, is that going to hurt me? Like on
I don't
stage,
think it
going
hurts
still a good tan?
I don't think it'll hurt you.
It fooled me. It fooled me a little bit because to me, I was like, Stuart needs more tan because it stood out. It looked to me like you were not dark enough.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Different color. Definitely a different
now
color.
now it all makes sense because you said you're the only guy with a different tan.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I show you here. I mean, come on, Dennis. He has a much darker tan this year than last time.
I know, but when I remember looking at the screen when he's standing in the call outs, see if you find let me find something.
I'm gonna look now too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's all look.
Yeah, I look darker. Everyone else looks a little more red. I'm like more brownish, you know?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just looked like you could tell it was different, you know. So why is he different?
Can you see that?
No, I can't see it.
That's it.
Like everyone else is a little bit more red.
Like more redder. Yeah.
I'm like brown.
Yeah, well.
Well, I asked the question, but you guys didn't answer. How many judges were there? Do you remember?
I told you I don't know.
Because I got 12 and 12 prejudging.
No, hold on, no. Not what.
So how many people? How many table?
I didn't count.
If it's 12, then it should be. Wait.
So like, my scorecard says 12 at prejudging, 12 at finals. So that's 4 and 4.
Yeah, three judges gave you 4.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But was it one high, one low, or two highs, two low?
I think it's 5 judges. I think it was 5.
Only 5.
There were more than 5 people at the table, but it was.
Yeah, but
I like if it's more.
The scorekeeper sitting there, and then it's either 5, 7, or 9.
Probably 7 at least.
You were there, Chris.
Probably at least 7, at least.
Yeah.
7 to 9 people on the table. I just don't know who's actually doing it.
Do they toss out top 2 and bottom 2 scores sometimes?
If it's 7 people, there's 2 highs, 2 lows that they erase. Yeah.
I thought it was just 1 high and 1 low.
Then if it's only 5 judges, then that's the case.
5 judges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I prefer to be 7 judges, or even 9, and then 3 highs, 3 lows.
That's a question. I got.
But even though both of you guys improved over your previous looks, and I think it's going to be a big
battle.
at this California is going to be. I think
it's going to be a real battle.
Oh yeah, Antonio first, and then Budesheim. What is it? Budesheim. What is it?
Yeah, right.
You can find yourself, closer up there to the top also. But I think it's gonna be very, very interesting with Stu and Antonio.
Who else is doing the show? We got Tonio, Stu, Tim. Who else?
Christian Volsky, the Polish guy.
Okay, that's top 4 right there. Is Angel Calderon?
Is he? I don't know.
It's much athletes. It's over like 20 athletes, but
Emir
Racic, then one or two guys from Chinese also.
Yeah, the Koreans, a couple of South Korean guys.
Yeah.
My guy is competing and Nagayan. And
Nguyen.
Nagayan.
No, it's Nguyen. That's not how you pronounce that. Budesheim Nguyen.
Nguyen.
So, here's the thing also. I hope to God my Korean guy, Sun Chul Lee, is here. He just flew in last night, and he's doing it too. Remember Sun Chul Lee?
He's doing the open?
Yeah, he made Olympia, 1 year. It's
why did he do it in New York?
He just got in. And the issue is that he's not on the list. And I texted him. I said, like, why are you not on the list?
Has he signed up for it?
He's supposed to.
Because if he didn't sign up for it yesterday, he's out.
I know this is why I didn't want to really discuss anything about it. But holy shit, if he didn't, then he
Don't
flew.
worry, it's not going to air till Friday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
good.
but you should check with your guys. You know, it Monday is the deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see him.
No,
I'll see him at 1 o'clock after the podcast, and we're gonna call
It's too late. It's Tuesday. It's over. It's over. If he didn't sign up yet, he's over. You can see him three times today.
I hope he signed.
I think it was a problem from Tonio, yeah, right?
Yes, and it's going to be a problem for anybody.
Yeah.
If you don't register by Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern
But the new page from the IFBB Pro to register to create your membership, it's very, very good.
It works really well, but maybe not if you're Korean and don't speak English. You know, it could be confusing.
You have to find a way to have somebody translate because this is your job.
Yeah.
A professional, you fly to fucking America and you don't register for the show.
I'm a German guy.
Yeah, but all the Germans speak English.
I must learn it too.
Oh, Beef. Oh, no. Don't think that for 1 second. Just Germans don't. English, you have English mandatory in school, but that don't mean shit.
Okay.
Well,
don't speak
Tim speaks better English than a lot of Americans I know. I'll say that.
Oh, thank you, man.
Tim, my question to you is,
yeah,
you feel you can win this contest on Saturday?
If I can?
Yeah, do you think you can?
I can, yeah. It's always so that my first show not 100% peeled, but this time I was like 28%, and the last 2% I bring on stage on Saturday. But
Beef Stew, what are you changing?
It's an interesting question because I think you can judging it or you can talk about it before the show. The first 4 athletes about how we speak about it, Wolski, Stu, I, or Tonio, all guys are very different athletes.
Yeah.
So what
Tonio is a blade to T20, the perfect line with round muscles, but not so much mass. Beef Stew had everything. He had mass. He's fullness. He's hard. I'm a grainy freak. Have enough mass, and I'm very, very good in shape. I think I'm the hardest on stage. And Wolski, he had no weaknesses. He had everything.
Yeah, but how are you going to go on the stage and convince the judges? I mean, this is why I'm telling you, mindset. You know, because now you were out of top 6, right? So, you know, you could screw. You have a very legitimate chance of fighting Beef Stew and for a title, of course, Wolski and everybody else. So what are you going to bring? You have to play to your strengths. You already said you're a grainy freak. Beautiful. So grainy freak, what do you need to improve? Aesthetic component and control.
Abs. Yeah. Thank you for your recommend. I practice this every day. What do you say? That I don't lose my breathing, and it's an important thing. You're very right. Yeah.
I'm personally planning on giving Sandy a bouquet of flowers before the show. That's my strategy.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works.
You know, hey, getting a haircut would be a good idea too, no?
Shut up.
No, man, that's just
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding,
man.
Hey, you know what?
It's his signature.
He's so serious always. Like, goddamn.
I was not. I was smiling the whole time I was on stage last week.
I've seen it on the pictures. Yeah, so
I took the second place. In California, I took a second place in 2019, and then I was so much kilogram less, and I took so often the last year I do only Europe shows. I took 3 times the second the third place, and right now I have all weaknesses. They talk to me. I have so much improved, and now it's time. I hope that I can win a show, and I do a lot of shows this year, and I don't give up. I don't give up.
How many
I hope
did last
for the
year?
top 3. I hope for the top 3 here this weekend to come and to come upstairs to come in the minds of the judges, and we will see if another show. I after Cali Pro I go to Toronto.
Oh, so you are going to do Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
you said it. You won a top 3. That was me. When Chris Cormier was going to the show, he was just going to win. I was thinking like you, right? Okay, I just I hope this, I hope that. This is why I asked you a question like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You have to have there's no second, third place. You have a chance to win. You do everything possible to win. After the show, you can shake hands and all that stuff. But correct me if I'm wrong. Come on, Dennis. Does Tim has a chance of winning?
Am I supposed to say something now?
Yeah, you're supposed to answer the question.
I think he does.
Of course, he has a chance of winning.
Yeah.
What do you mean, of course? So that was, of
What
course.
do you want me to jump 3 times?
Yes, it's cream. Of course he does. Oh, what do you want? What is supposed to I fucking answer the
Ask me a
question.
question. What do I have to answer to make you happy?
Yes! That's it, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look, because
Thank you for waiting.
That was a good thumbnail right there.
But
Ask
everything
me
is
if-
possible.
Milos,
That's
hold
it.
on, guys. Can I say something? Because the whole time I'm getting cut off, I'm not getting nothing in. So I'm just letting you guys do it today. But let me ask one question. Because when you asked me, does he have a chance? So you asked me a question, and I said, of course he has a chance.
you didn't say
A
You want more
chance means you have a
enthusiasm.
chance to do it. The chance is there, but that doesn't guarantee that you want to win.
Dennis, where you fucked up is the energy. We just need.
Yeah, he wanted more enthusiasm.
Yeah. Look, what do you want me to answer? Tim said himself, top 3.
To be
Okay.
perfectly honest, this is an hour past my bedtime. I'm in fucking Germany. I had a 12-hour flight. I'm really tired. That's why you don't hear me say much.
so now when you're abroad, now the difference. When I'm abroad in these godforsaken
Hey, when Chris is 3 o'clock in the morning in China in a hotel, talking to us, you didn't care.
Chris is the kind of guy that stays up. I'm not up at night. You up?
No, but on a serious note, on a serious note,
Stays up.
I know that Beef Stew is going there to win. I know, I could see it, and just that's why I questioned Tim. Okay, he would be
Where do
happy
you see
with top
it, in the
3.
hair or in the face?
Hmm?
Where do you see it? In the hair or in the face?
No, I do. I'll say. I mean, going into New York, I was not expecting to win.
Yeah,
No,
But
I'm talking to Milo. Because Milo said he could see it that you're going there to win. Of course he's going there to win. Just like Tim is going there to win. Just
I'm not
like
setting
Tonio
any
is going there to
expectations
win.
on myself because
Just like this guy from Poland is going there to win.
yeah, Dennis, I'm going to tell you this because I went 71 times not expecting to win. I was okay. I'll just do my best.
So when you won Canada, did you expect to win?
I know
did.
what.
And I said
really?
this. Listen, Peter McGough did the article in the Flex magazine, and I said after 48 shows, I'm going to win. I know Chris was going. I felt I'm gonna beat him, and that's the only time I believe I can win.
When and
That's the time I won.
But Milos, I know what you will say. I'm often think about what you say. I hope I give my best. I do my best. I hope I can do in the top 3, and the champion mindset that you go to the show and yeah, I win a show. You 100% of your motivated of yourself. I win a show. That I have not so often.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you have a very good chance. This was the whole point of this speech.
Yeah.
But Dennis was rolling eyes.
Can I ask you a question, Milos? Especially for you now, because you're telling everybody they're winning. All right. So now tell me, who do you think is going to win? You tell both of them.
What would you want me to answer?
I want you to tell me who you think is going to win, who's going to get second, who's going to get third and fourth.
I'm going to tell you this. Tim Budesheim is winning.
You say Tim is winning.
Tim is winning. Okay.
We're all in.
Okay. Let me put it this way. Yeah. He has all that it takes, right? He's going to make little corrections, and now everything is going to jump in their face. But of course, Beef Stew has a chance, very good chance. Maybe it would be favored by you guys.
And already agreed that everybody has a chance.
Yeah. You know, but I'm thinking as overpowering Nick over Tonio Burton. Okay, it's going to be overpowering Tim over Tonio Burton. Okay, I could see this with a little bit more control here. You know, I think it happened. Or Beef Stew, you know, can also, you know, fight. It's going to be a dog fight.
Okay. Then let me rephrase the question.
But Milos, don't forgive.
Not answer the question, Milos.
Yeah, Milos,
who's going to win?
Is he always like this?
Just tell me, give me your top four.
Who I said Tim.
You said Tim. Who gets second?
Tony is going to come harder, you know. So I could see Tonio being second and Beef third, but this can change dramatically too.
I don't want to hear no but. I just want to hear Tim, Beef Stew. There's no but. Tonio, Beef Stew. Beef Stew, he got you in third.
Dennis, you are strings here.
Used to it. Nobody had me in the top 5 for New York.
Huh?
And then Christian Volsky. Listen, Christian Volsky is going to be in the mix too.
I know. They're all in the mix. That's why I'm telling you.
What about this guy?
You can mix match it any way you want, and it's always going to be.
I mean, I love him, right? It's just like legs are still not matching.
Who is he?
And that's what cost him.
I didn't get a good look at Joseph at like pictures afterwards. Was he like in shape? I know his legs were a little more slight than last year, but what did he look like overall?
Who are you guys talking about?
Joseph from
Joseph Kavetin.
Joseph.
Czechoslovakian guy.
I don't even know who that is.
We did a little back workout yesterday, but it was late. I was tired.
My eyes is burning. But
if
listen,
he had the bigger legs, he would be a danger.
Was he in New York?
He's tall. He's like New
York. He got third place in New York last year.
Yeah.
Where did he place this year?
8th?
11th.
Yeah, see, I didn't even pay no attention to him. So listen, I'll tell you this. There's a good chance that either one of you four is going to win.
Are you asking?
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Hey.
Be quiet. I'm not done. It's a very good. I like the prediction with Tim winning because I would love for Tim to finally make it to the Olympia, because after all these years, he's been battling, and last year he was this close 2-3 times. And I also know that if it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen in Toronto. It's going to happen somewhere. So now my prediction for this, if I have to look at everybody's getting better, Beef Stew, what are you changing from last week to this week?
Posing stuff, and I'll pump up a little more. Otherwise, not much. I'm really
Start with your back, Stu. Start with your back first.
So your conditions going to be the same or going to be better?
You know, another week off of like, you know, the drugs that make you hold water. I'm a little bit drier in the morning right now. So I might be a little harder. But yeah, like last week, the peak was really easy, smooth, didn't do no diuretics, nothing. I'm gonna kind of repeat that a little bit, you know. I don't need to throw any Hail Marys here.
No diuretics at all.
No. No, I honestly, if I'd done it, I think it would have flattened me out and ruined my look.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't usually I hold like 6-7 pounds of water at the end of the day and I piss it out overnight. This year it was more like 4 or 5. I was just like way drier at the end of the day. I was just leaner, period. So there was less to do at the end.
Is there a way to trim? Is there a way to trim a little bit just to get the skin around the muscle a little bit more?
I think, yeah. So on Thursday and Friday last week, I tapered my water down a little bit. It went from like 1.5 gallons to like 150 ounces and then 130 on Friday. I'm probably going to taper it harder this time because Saturday morning, I think it looked pretty good. But by Saturday evening, I hadn't drank anything since prejudging, like 8 hours later. And I was definitely drier and harder.
I think I'm telling you from judging from yesterday, I think you can win the show, Stu. I'm saying that because I think Tony has been having a hard time coming from the New York and then looking better the next week. From my
Too many shows.
Huh?
Too many shows. I think too many shows.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same look for sure for Antonio. And I just think,
so I know that he tried to fill out a lot for New York because he knew he was going against bigger guys, me, Nick, Martin, him, right? And you could see him in his glutes and hams. They weren't quite as hard as they usually are.
Right.
I don't know if he'll try and dial that back for California. I think given the judging panel and the history of their judging, which is a little different in California, they tend to go for like more aesthetic, more conditioned, smaller, streamlined guys. So like I would assume that he's probably going to maybe a little flatter, but drier this week if he's, changing.
But the weak points, the upper chest, stuff like that can differ and be different from one show to the next. And that's your weaker areas. That's where he's going to hit first. And I just think, at this point in time, still,
he doesn't really have any weak areas though. Like overall, like structurally and muscle wise, he's not as big as me.
So muscle size, the ham and stuff is not going to be bigger than a lot of guys. And
right. But like he's consistently won regardless. And I haven't really talked to judges about why they go with him over me. I'm really interested to see what
time was close. This time was a lot closer.
What's that?
This New York was a lot closer than it ever been.
Yeah, I think it was closer than last year between us, but he still won with like no split decisions. So
we're gonna see.
Okay,
we will see.
I'm gonna be there for helping both of you guys.
Cool. Please do. Give me your top 5.
Tim's in first, Christian's in second, Tonio's in third, Joe Palacios in fourth, and who's left? Sung Chul Lee, who is not even registered, is going to be fifth.
So you don't even put yourself in the top 5.
I try to set the bar low, so if I stumble over it, then I did good,
Joker,
Tim, give me your top 5.
Yeah.
Tonio, Stu or me, and Christian, Quinton.
Quinton's not doing it.
It's not in there.
He was thinking of he's just doing Toronto.
Okay.
So you're battling him for second and third.
I think it's hard to judge before when they Tonio is lighter than me. He has less mass. He's less freak factor. He's a beautiful athlete, and when the judging will see more physique, more beautiful, and also he had do a lot of shows, and I think the judges will see him in the Olympia, and because there you have a little bit.
Yeah, but Tim, the judges don't judge because they want specific athletes in the Olympia.
Yeah, no.
That's
But
not what they don't go by because
yeah, no, but he is a perfect athlete. He had a perfect physique. He's like a drawing, you know. He's round and have the perfect middle, and I think he's win or and second or third.
Trying to get the list up.
We don't need a list. We know the top 4 guys.
I got I'm going on a limb. I'm going to go with Stu for the win, just because I think that everything's gonna change, and they were so close to. I got Tonio Strong second.
Don't bet anything on me, please.
I knew he was going to say you, and I will say next week why.
What?
Go ahead, Chris.
I saw him close up, and I know what happens from show to show. Just like you, Dennis. Just like you thought you were gonna beat me again, and I knew I was gonna take your ass out.
Yeah, but I beat you again the next year. Hey, go ahead. Who's third? So Tim third?
No.
So who's second?
Tonio.
Who? Tonio. So Stu, Tonio, who's third?
Come on, Chris.
Respectful motherfucker, right?
Wait, let me look at
Keep it real, though. We got to keep it real. Come on, Chris. It's not that many people. What's wrong?
It is a lot of people.
There are a shitload of people in this show, actually.
Have you seen anybody we haven't talked about in the top 4?
See, because I thought Quentin was going to be doing it.
Okay, so now you know he's not.
Christian.
That's the guy from Poland, yeah. So he did third?
Yeah, him, and then I would get Budesheim.
So Budesheim in fourth?
Yeah, and then I would get who else?
Why do you judge me though behind?
Who else?
Tell me.
There's 22 guys in this show. I just counted the list. That's insane.
Yeah, but you guys competed last week. It helps you. You guys focuses on you guys. Top guys from New York always get a good look. So, you know, somebody else who come from the outside has to be seen. So he has to be really good in order to get that look to be next to you guys. So that's normal. So I tell you what I see. I mean, Stu made it easy for me because he doesn't even have himself in the top 5, so I don't have to put him in.
Can I bust in here? Tyler just messaged me back. He said, I really wouldn't change much up going into Cali. I thought you were peaked really well and didn't really fade as you're running through poses. I'm glad to see you're doing Cali, and I think you have the physique to get to the O this year. So I'm not going to change shit, basically. The almighty Mannion has spoken.
Here's what I see. I see Antonio coming back lighter, tighter, and he's going to beat both of them. That's what I see happening. I see a different Antonio, and more like smaller, a little bit smaller, but peeled.
It doesn't even matter if he's smaller because he's always smaller, and he still wins. You know.
I know because he's got them full round muscle bells, and accentuate even more when he's in better shape. It creates more of an illusion. He looks even bigger, and then I see Tim and you battling it out. Now, are they going for shape? They're going to choose you, Stu. If they go for sheer grainy, rugged hardness, they're going to go with Tim. Now, I don't know who's judging. If I was judging, to be honest, if I was judging, I would have this Polish guy, battling Tony. Because that guy impressed me so much. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I never met this guy in my
Super
life.
good. Yeah.
I never met, if this guy gets a chance from the beginning to stand there, fully pumped when you come out, right? I think this dude can win the show.
He's great, yeah.
And he's probably harder this week too, because another week of dieting, another week of, it helps. So it's hard. So I have Tonio. I want Tim to win so fucking bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm scared. I'm scared if I put Tim in first, then I fucking jinx it.
You pulling for the Germans over here?
No, it's not because he's German. I know this guy. I know this guy coming up, and I know how hard he's working.
I'm
So
rooting for him because he's German.
I would say it's like some philosophics. What we do here, we will see on Saturday.
Yeah, of course we will see.
Yeah.
Because we predict something don't mean anything. We
I would have to check, and I don't have to check.
He had a chance. He's good enough. Is so different, and we will see Saturday what the athletes bring a package on stage, and what the judges will see on Saturday, and we will see Saturday. I think it's a great lineup. More than 20 athletes. I'm looking forward to
I definitely see you guys in the.
I'm very looking forward to the battle. I'm looking forward to the battle, and have fun on stage on Saturday.
It's a very German response, very polite, very reserved.
Listen. It's always good to be humble. Chris, you going to be there?
Yeah, and I got the Czech guy going fifth. I forgot about that.
Okay. The guy you showed me, the picture?
Yeah. Hey, so listen. Yeah, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be in the front row barking out some orders and some helpful tips.
So who are you helping?
I'm going to help the guys, man. I'm down with the guys.
Yeah, Chris is going to lube me up backstage.
He's right. I'll be back there.
I see what's happening here.
Who won last year in California, remember?
Who? Tonio.
No, Ross Flanagan.
Tonio lost to
okay. On condition. On the condition. This is why I see Tim being able to out-condition everyone, out-muscle everyone. And
the sauce man, right? Wasn't the sauce man?
Yep.
Yeah.
Should we do something if somebody's right or wrong? Should we?
No, I mean, listen. You take you took the highest placed from New York. You the chicken shop.
That wasn't the reason.
Everybody can do that.
That is the reason.
That's not the reason. No, the reason is because I think when I look at shape, condition, and fullness, what is my for me the most perfect physique would be Tonio.
Yeah.
That's why I chose him. Tim is a different physique. He doesn't have that flow that I would like, the tiny waist, but he makes up with. He's kind of like a Nick Walker. And Beef Stew has somewhat everything. He just needs to prove me a little bit more.
All right, I'll try, Dennis.
Look good. I'm telling you, he's gonna win it. Watch.
I mean, you just basically came on the scene. Was last year or what?
Yeah, I did.
USA. That's Mr. USA right there.
You need to break through for me. You need to fucking make something happen.
All right, I'll try, Dennis.
If we look at the statistic, not looking at the lineup. If we look at statistic, he went back 2 places in New York.
But he's gonna bring.
That would be the New York Post. They would trash talk him now.
The New York Post.
Hey, but this is a better package this time. But I know.
But this is fucking. Isn't that frustrating? When you bring a better package and you place lower.
How she goes, man. It is what it is.
People in the show.
You take it nice. It will piss me the fuck off, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I'm annoyed. Definitely. I mean, I made a lot less money in New York this year compared to last year, even with the higher prize money. But what am I going to do about it? Just go to the next one.
You guys don't go there for the money. You guys go for the qualification.
No, the money's nice. I mean,
it's nice to get a check, but hey, would you rather take the money and not qualify or qualify?
Well, I'm definitely not winning any money at the Olympia, so.
No. The question is, would you rather You have two options. You're going to win and qualify for the Olympia, or you're gonna win, but you just get the prize money, no qualification.
Qualification, 100%.
Qualification. Yeah,
That's
okay.
true German. That's
Yeah.
So see you guys. I was cooking my meals because we have an appointment in the gym.
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead.
He was pick it up another German guy from the airport, and
You know they like to be in time. They like to be on.
Yes,
time.
you know. You can
Germans don't mess around with that time.
Ja. Tim, lad dich einfach raus. Ne, vielen Dank, dass du dir die Zeit genommen hast und viel Glück am Samstag. Gib richtig Vollgas.
Thank you very much, guys. Nice to see you.
Nice
to see you here, and Crispy, we see you on Saturday.
Right, all right. Good luck.
Good, man.
Milos, are you going there too?
No.
If Kylie, maybe
You
she
stay
can
hungry.
let Tim Budesheim go.
Hey, but let Tim go. But you see, Tim speaks what he means.
Let him go so we can talk shit about him.
Yeah, Beef Stew doesn't say the things that he means. He just
I know.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning that speaking my mind doesn't get me anywhere.
Okay, so then you're gonna sugarcoat and then
if people want to know your real personality, at least be real.
yeah, he gave us the top.
You're going to a show to win. Fucking say I'm coming to win. Because
I'm not though. Honestly, my mindset going into all of these shows is I never expected to be competing and in the mix at this level. So like placing wherever I place, I'm very grateful.
Okay. I accepted that last year. I accepted that last year, but now seeing where you at, you're gonna have to get to that point where you got to get some confidence. No,
well, I mean, I'm confident in my ability to peak for the show and look as good as I can look, right? To not fuck anything up. But like, I can't control what the judges want. I can't control who shows up. I can't control, the position of the moon and the stars and all how that's all going to affect everything. It's like I'm going to go and compete at these shows regardless. So it doesn't change anything I'm going to do. The whole mindset thing, I've always, a guy like Nick, right? Nick is super confident and he needs that mindset to like compete at the level that he's at. I've never really been like that personally. That's just me though. I'm not going to talk myself up and then, and get I wasn't going to go into New York saying I'm going to win. Right. Because that's,
what was your goal? What was your goal going for New York? What was your goal?
First call outs.
It's going to come a time when you're going to be like, enough of this shit. I'm going to be this. And I'm not going to take no from that.
That wolf is going to come out of you. It's going to take some time, maybe, but it's going to come out.
Have you? I mean, you're like the Johnny Cash of bodybuilding, man. You got to fucking throw that fucking drink down. You see him walk the line?
I saw him smoking.
Walk the line, just fucking throw that drink down and go out there and blast some ass.
Where?
Walk in the movie.
Oh, no.
I haven't seen the movie. I just know the song.
You gotta go. You gotta see the movie, man.
Maybe I should post to that. I did Johnny Cash last weekend.
Sure, bro. You gotta. I love the Johnny Cash theme, man. I love that shit.
How old is that movie?
It's out there, but it's a true story. I love true stories like that.
Milos, what do you think? Should he change his way of, the way he is?
Yeah, I mean, Beef Stew, we had a little chat at Olympia and stuff. I love your personality and everything. But how can we take you seriously? I mean, you said this top 5 like out of your ass, just like bullshitting anyway, right?
No, but you know what? Real quick. But
let him finish. No, Chris, you're jumping in.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Hold that.
My bad.
Okay. So I'm giving you that example as I was that guy, like indifferent. Okay, I'm just happy to be there, happy to compete. I mean, it's Chris competing and all this. How can I possibly beat him? Oh, I just want to do my best. And that one show, I promise you, I swear to God, I was so convinced I'm going to win that Canada, and then I won. And then at the end of my career, I'm looking back like, why the fuck? I didn't believe in myself a little bit more. And why didn't I go to the shows like Chris or Nick Walker, right? I'm going. So you lose, you shake hands, but I didn't have that. I'm going there to fucking take it. I didn't have it. You can't. You speak about prize money is less. I didn't get as much money as last year, but hey, top prize money pays the most. If you have to the prize money, go for the first place. If you have to,
that'd be great. I mean, listen, dude, I'm a very pragmatic guy. You know, I want to be able to break even competing at these shows, get a few checks. If I qualify, that obviously helps my career a ton, and I really want that. But I know it's to a great extent out of my hands. And you talk about like taking yourself seriously. I don't take myself seriously. I think that's what people like about me. Honestly, like I'm relaxed. I don't make bodybuilding like the biggest thing in the world, because at the end of the day, like it's what we do, but it's also ridiculous. You know, we're getting on stage in a fake tan, glazed up, and posing. You know, so it's like I have to be a little tongue in cheek with everything, just to keep myself sane. You know.
But let me tell you.
Go ahead, Chris, because you.
I was gonna say, bro, no matter what, you have this aura about you, and I'm telling you because I've been watching you since. I mean, like, you can't even tell if you speak English or not. You just like this guy, and you were backstage. You were the biggest motherfucker I've seen in a long time, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this dude." Because you wasn't speaking, you weren't talking to nobody. You were just like pumping up, but you were like this fucking massive dude that was like, "Man, this dude's gonna do some fucking damage." Then you went straight to Tampa, and you know, you did fucking really good for coming straight from the amateur stage straight to the pro stage. And then, you know, you've been doing a number of improving. And I think you're gonna improve way more even next year when you totally like look at your physique and see, hey, I could use a little bit more hams, I could use a little bit more abs. And once that's happening, I'm telling you, so fucking powerful up there. You have such a I don't know. It's just the way I perceive you is way more different from what you perceive yourself. And I'm just
and this is what I see when you step up. And this is not a knock on you, Beast, too. I mean, I just see this from the last year, from Tampa to last year's New York, and this time, you know, your body's getting better. You're doing everything right. But when you're on stage, I can feel I'm gonna be okay with whatever. I can feel that when I see you, your face. It's kind of like, you know, whatever they give me is okay with me. I want to see you be.
That's what I think.
I'm not telling you to be fake and fake a personality. You don't do that. Always be you. But when you get on stage, know that your body, you there, especially this weekend, you are there to fight for the first. You need to show that I'm here to fight. You need to come out of your shell and be on that stage and show that you are confident, not just that you're just there, I'm enjoying, I'm being here. That's all nice and dandy. But you are one of the top guys, and sometimes showing on stage, take charge of the stage. Don't let these people outpose you. Outpose them. Let the judges see how bad you really want this. This is what you.
But that, you know what, Dennis, I'm going to cut into this one more time. I was learning the same thing when Juliet Berman was telling me the same thing. And it's because I was like, I'm a reserved guy. And I'm a little bit shy, but a little bit not. I could be on both sides of that. But she was telling me, look at your face. And I was just like, and look at Paul's face. Paul was like a winner. And I was just like, And I started analyzing different things I was doing and my mindset behind what I'm doing. I'm easing into some poses. You know, they want to see more like, boom, like this shit is mine. Like this motherfucker. Like,
I'm going to give you one example.
And that's what I'm going to say with Nick. Nick came out there. He did what I did back when people doubted me. I went out there to like.
Demanded.
I didn't remember my routine even. I was like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah, he demanded.
Okay, you think I ain't that guy? I'm that motherfucking guy.
Right. And Stu, look at Hardy. You see how he demands the stage?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here to win.
I talked to Nick about this, and he said that, like, as far as like how you hold yourself and your facial expressions and your energy on stage, they
Everything.
want you to be up there acting like you've already won the show. Those were his words.
Yes.
And he does that because he believes it from the second he's backstage, right?
You know who used to beat me? And fucking Vince Taylor.
Don't fake what you do. Stu,
What'd you
don't
say?
fake anything. Just come out and try to let the judges see that you're coming to win.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do.
Just one question. I was quiet. When somebody says, I don't take myself seriously, okay? Right or wrong, okay? And then talking about your profession, you're a professional bodybuilder. You say, I can't take myself seriously. I put the fake tan in the posing trunks on the stage. That's your profession. That's what you do.
But my point is, it's
way.
ridiculous what we're doing, right? To any normal person. That's all I'm saying.
We're not normal, though. We're not normal.
About what normal thing.
Very serious.
Definitely not normal.
We're not normal. We're not normal.
It just, if I tell you right now, hey, I have some pro in something, whatever field, whatever sport, and they don't take themselves seriously. So that guy can get on the top of his profession, doesn't take himself seriously.
Chris, what would have happened? Milos and Chris, what would have happened? I look at a guy named Stu, with the physique that he has. Put him in a top call out back in the days with the way he is. Wouldn't he get pushed out? Wouldn't he get pushed out?
Possibly, man. But there's levels to it, man. How many shows have you done, Stu?
Pro shows, 3 or 4 now.
Period.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8. He's
new at this, man. And it's gonna take levels to it. And you're gonna find different mindsets behind different periods of your career here. And like I say, when I was younger, I was different I posed slowly. I didn't want to do anything out of it, that would be too much. But when I changed my mindset and I was like, fuck this, I want everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when my posing changed. I started to develop more stuff, more attributes about my whole package that I was bringing to the stage, and that's what I think you're gonna develop that. But I'm telling you, you got the fucking body, and you fucking can do all the shit you want to do. It's gonna, and 80-90% of this shit is your mindset.
Because Stu, if it's close between you and another guy, if it's really like this, flip a coin, they go by who wants it more. You're going to have to listen to somebody tell you this guy wanted it more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're at the top with the top guys. It's not like there's no show where you can walk in hands down and win. It's always close. So you need to show that you're here to win. I'm not trying to mess with your mind and tell you to do something that's not you, but just be confident enough to come out and,
I'll say the reason why I have this kind of whatever happens mindset is so that, if I were to tell myself going into this show that I have to win, I have to put everything on black, and it's like, if I don't win mentally, I'm fucked. Like, it's going to just destroy my ego, right? That's what I'm afraid of, which is one of the reasons why I don't set those expectations for myself, because maybe they're cop-out reasons. Like, there are certain things that are out of my control, all that stuff. It doesn't change the X's and O's as far as like, what I'm doing to peak for the show, how hard I'm dieting, training, all that stuff, right? So in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't really matter. But I haven't even mentally, thought about like, okay, you need to like step up to the plate here. Because honestly, I'm scared to. I'm scared to set those expectations on myself and to fail.
But don't you think you could be all in?
What?
All in if you do?
Happen,
I'm usually honest with people. When I see someone, and I would tell them, listen, don't put all your eggs in one basket. When I don't think that he has the body or he has the mindset to do what we need to do. but I think you got it.
Yeah.
You literally have everything. You check
Yeah.
all.
I think I have the tools too. It's just, again, I fixate on those things that are out of my control, which is not healthy.
Yeah, but
And
sometimes
that's why I
they are under your control too. If you come out and show, you can control a lot with that.
And I think what they're trying to say to you, Stu, is like, we've been through all the different wars. I've done more teenage shows than you've done, all together.
That's crazy.
Before I turned pro, I did 8 shows in 8 weeks when I was 18 years old.
Oh.
And then I won the Teeny Nationals and the Team, California, all that shit. But I'm just saying, going to the USA, I had okay, it was like, fuck. I was like, man, no, I need to win this show. If I don't win this show, then I need to do something else, because that's not the type of bodybuilder I wanted to be. But I never was like, man, I need to win that fucking. I just feel like my mindset behind whatever came to me, it had a lot to do with how I felt about my chances or how good I can be or whatever. But if you believe in yourself that much, that's what's gonna make the difference.
You bust your ass in the gym. You diet super hard. You go through all this for what? For the fucking 10, 15 minutes of stage time. So my job for me was to, once I get on that stage, to show all the hard work that I put into this. So you don't want to stand there like someone, it's easy because whatever happens, happens. And this is not for you. This is just because my mindset was, I'm coming out to show the best me. And if I think I have a chance of winning, I want to let the judges know that it would be honored to take that first spot. I don't want to stand on the side. Choose these guys first and put me somewhere there in the middle. No, I'm honored to take that first spot. I'm honored to go to the Olympia, man, because you want to call yourself an Olympian, because that's what you do. You're training. We're doing all this shit that we're not supposed to do. For what? To take up space on stage? No.
Stuart, if you don't expect from yourself, why would anybody else expect it? This is, where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, you got to do it first. That's what they say.
Things that are out of your control are out of your control. We all know it's subjective sport or whatever else. But that component that Dennis told you, X's and O's, okay? Do you have an X of, I'm confident I'm going to show the judges that I feel I can win and I should win, or you don't care? That X is O. And that X make a difference for you. It is out of my control. No, this is in your control. That extra confidence you're going to bring. And as Dennis said, if it's a tie, it can go this way or that way. Or they're going to give it to the guy with the confidence. Because
the guy that wants it more. Exactly.
Yeah. So when you really check those X's and O's, recheck it and see what is in your control. That's all I'm saying. And listen, we don't want to be old people here, giving you shit. We are all telling you and spending this time because I do think it makes a difference. And if this is indifferent that you are, I don't take myself seriously, I don't want to set my expectations. What the hell, man?
No, but he came to get some instruction in posing yesterday, and he didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that, but we both was trying to make him better, and he wants to get better, and I think he wants it more than what he's actually saying in this. But
yeah, of course,
that showed me something yesterday, that you was willing to do that, and that this tells me, more so, and I believe more so. I believe you can win this show, man. I think you can do it, and I want to see you do it. But I wanted to be here also, take the chance, take the different aspects of getting that core right, getting that whole thing, keeping that, go with it, man. And I think that's what you need to do, bro.
Okay. Yeah, this is something that I'm going to have to tackle at some point mentally.
Yeah, man.
I think if I am able to win a show this year and qualify, that's going to shift things for me. And like that'll finally prove to myself, like, yeah, I can compete at the highest level in the sport.
You're already at the highest level.
Yeah.
The Olympics is the highest level. I
You
mean,
gotta
Yeah, I
believe
know
it.
it's the highest level show, but you competed already against the highest level competitors: Nick Walker, Tony Burton, both
People that's
Olympians.
been an Olympian already.
And
Right
Tyler
there.
Mannion, and Tyler Mannion told you don't change a thing. You know what that means?
Yes.
That means you got what you need to have.
And that's wonderful. You should be very confident.
Gonna-
They're giving him shit. It's Tuesday, like depletion day. Here's the day before. I mean,
Oh, nobody's giving him shit. I
I mean,
really
we kind of do.
no, you guys, I need to hear this from people
Oh
like
man, we give a fuck about what we're doing, or we wouldn't be here. That's for sure.
All right.
Right?
I can imagine him coming out and you can see the confidence in him coming out, step on that damn stage.
Oh, yeah.
Pick
Oh,
that
yeah.
foot down. Put your damn foot down.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring some vodka with me or something.
Pitbull style, baby.
National confidence.
Pitbull.
I don't care if you smile or not. Just show it with show the muscle, show your shit off.
You'll see it in your
Don't let anybody take that away from you, because you if you come out, eyes on you. Hardy is the best example of me.
Dude, you're that
Hardy
guy.
comes out and he demands the fucking stage. He don't care who's next to him. Samson, 100 pounds more than him. What does he do? He steps right in front of him, pushes him. He don't give a fuck. He really don't.
I'm not gonna push Tonio. He's a good dude. That would be rude.
Shove him to the ground.
Yeah,
But
no.
listen, don't take us saying this is a negative. This is just we really want you to do well so bad. I want to see you go out there and nail it. Your condition is already on. Get that and put that out. And if you win and you go to the Olympia, my man, and that's the goal of every professional bodybuilder. You want to be
Good for
called
the
an
sports,
Olympian.
dude. You're good for the sport, man.
Yeah. How old are you now?
27.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's good for the sport, man. I remember he was young when he came out of the USA at 25. That's
Look where they're at 27.
yeah.
27. I just started training. For real. I started training at 26.
I turned pro when I was 27.
I turned pro in 32.
24.
That's insane.
Used up team.
You won the USA's, right, Chris?
Yeah, USA.
That's insane.
The only one that went pro that day was me.
Me too. 98.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Only one.
You're that guy, man. So you're a
Hey.
USA winner. You got to fucking have that chip on your shoulder, man, and be like, this is my show and I'm about to shine and I'm going to get better coming soon.
Chris, am I lying when I say that this is the perfect show to do it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is
All right.
you, Antonio, I'm telling you, you could have placed third or you could have placed fourth, and no one would be like, oh man, fucking Stu, man. Fuck. It wouldn't have been like that. You were right there. You were right there.
He knows it. He knows it.
Telling you.
All right.
All right, so we wish you all the best, my man. Man, you got a couple more days. Is there a stream? Are we
I
watching
think
the stream?
so. Yeah, I think it was pretty good quality last year too.
I don't remember seeing it last year. Did you watch it last year?
I don't remember seeing it either.
If not, Chris is FaceTiming us.
I'll be there. Hey,
I
man.
have a call Tamer anyway for Sung Chun Lee. You know, I hope you can compete, man. Imagine this. Holy shit.
Don't have to call Tamer. You got to call Tyler.
Exactly.
Tamer can't help you, my man.
Okay, I'll call
This is
Tamer.
not about Tamer. This is about him not doing what he's supposed to do. Ask him if he signed up before last Monday or yesterday.
Carbs get low, they start thinking, oh, not thinking.
Oh, the thing, carbs is going to be low for a while then, because the next show he's winning.
Got another show.
Oh,
Next
Hey,
show,
that's why you look like a hologram, huh? Because you in Germany.
hey, for
Yeah,
education
yeah,
I was
purposes.
like, what's wrong with this?
Yeah,
I'm
listen,
in my
this,
bedroom. I'm in my parents' house
Hey.
upstairs in my bedroom.
2 minutes. Because Stuart, I mean, you kind of even shocked Dennis when you say no diuretics whatsoever, because it's just like not common
Does it
You-
look?
these days and times, you know, to absolutely not even touch it. How
What would
about,
happen? What would happen if he take a half a diazide?
I mean, you know,
Even less than half you can do.
let's not
Just a quarter.
interfere with how he's thinking. I mean,
quarter.
he likes it. But how about carbs? I mean, did you heavily carb? Are you depleting now? Like, where are you at?
Yeah, so I mean, going into New York, I'd say I was like 5 or a 6 out of 10 fullness wise. Like I was done dieting at like a week and a half out. So I was just like kind of gradually ramping up my food over the course of the week and getting a little fuller and a little fuller every day. And then Thursday and Friday, my food was at its highest, but it wasn't like 1,000 grams of carbs high. It was like maybe 700-800. It wasn't crazy high. But at that point, you know, I didn't have like, I wasn't trying to eat myself out of a hole that I dug from being depleted. I just kind of like gradually built it up and pulled my water out and landed pretty close to where I want to be. So I'm in a similar position right now as I was last Tuesday, like just out of bed in the morning. I'm a little bit lighter and a little bit drier. So again, I think we just kind of do the same kind of thing, ramp up food gradually. I mentioned I want to taper my water a little bit harder than I did last week, but yeah, nothing crazy. I mean, in the past when I've used the diazides, I did like a quarter tab last year at both the shows I did. My coach Blue is not big on diuretics. He'd rather just get you like fat free and load you up with AIs rather than like, you know, do shit with diuretics because it's less predictable, you know. And my body was just in a very good rhythm all week and just gradually built up and then pulled some water out and landed where I landed.
Yeah, that picture of your front lat spread, back lat spread that we were commenting, I mean, that was like 10 days out or something.
Outside, the pictures we took outside.
Yeah, outside.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was freaky. I mean, you made us all believer right there. I mean, that was that. So at that point, you start climbing up, right?
A little. It was probably like 5 or 6 days out that I started ramping up my food. But like I was basically done dieting at 10 or 11 days out. Yeah.
And when you say dieting, how low was dieting?
You know, my carbs got down to like 200, 250 kind of range. So not super low. Like I'm lucky. I have a pretty fast metabolism. I don't have to starve myself and do a shitload of cardio. This prep was very smooth this year. And I was also taking like significantly less drugs than I was in past years, which is nice because you know I'm planning on doing multiple shows. I can't just gas it for the first.
How many shows are you gonna do?
Well, I'm planning on if I win Cali, then I'm gonna shut it down. But if I don't, then I'm gonna do Vancouver and Chicago in July. And if I don't win either of those, then you know I'm just gonna hang it out for the year.
I think you're gonna be up for the Olympia this year, man.
Yeah. When is Toronto? Is that earlier?
Toronto is 2 weeks after California. You know, I was thinking about doing that, but it's like with how much it would cost to get there, buy all my food, a week's worth of hotel stays, like, yeah. You know, I'm not going to break even on that. So it doesn't really make sense for me.
Sure. Well,
good luck, man.
We wish you all the best, my champ.
Yeah, we wish you all the best.
Thanks, guys.
What happens? Let the chips fall where they may, or how do you say it?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, guys, I appreciate you all. Take care. We'll see you all next week, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right,
champ.
guys.
You know, Chris. Peace out.
Bro. All right.